with 500 partner agencies across 55 counties in Iowa. We go right up the middle of the state, about across 30,000 square miles. So we are the wholesaler. We have a big warehouse in Northeast Des Moines. We work with those 500 partner agencies directly. People that need food assistance will work through one of our partner agencies, and that could be a local food pantry run by your church, or it could be a pantry in your local school, a mobile pantry too.
Now, do you have a combination of fresh foods and canned foods? Is that what you try for?
Yeah, we know that our population in Iowa, those that are food insecure, are more likely to suffer from obesity and obesity-related diseases like heart disease and diabetes. So we do endeavor to get as much fresh protein and produce in our warehouse and out to folks as quickly as possible, because we know that that's what this population needs the most.
Moving forward, do you have
I
any
would need
concerns?
this.
I have lots of
surprised.
concerns. I have concerns every day when I get up. I'm worried about where are we going to find 1 million pounds of food every month to get it out. We have a couple food raisers on staff that they're constantly working with our wholesalers and our retailers to glean that food that is not sellable, but is certainly edible. We get that into our warehouse, we check it for safety, and we get it back out again. And then, of course, we worry about what our federal and state governments are, what they're doing that might impact our population and the work we do.
Such as?
There's a lot of activity right now in the Farm Bill around SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly food stamps. So there's also state activity around that same benefit, SNAP program.
Okay, how can people get in touch with you, Michelle, if they'd like to help or learn more?
Well, we're certainly online, www.foodbankiowa.org, or come out and visit us at the Food Bank of Iowa. We're in Northeast Des Moines at East 17th and Guthrie Avenue.
Okay, well, Michelle, I wish we had more time to talk, but thank you for coming by and see if we can't get you some help and let people understand a little bit the importance. And maybe they recognize folks out there that could use some help, and maybe Iowans sometimes get too proud to want to ask for help for things like that.
Well, we certainly do. I worry about our most vulnerable population, our seniors and our children, and we want to make sure we take care of those folks.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much for stopping by. She is president and CEO of the Food Bank of Iowa.
Great conversation there, guys, and I hate to cut you short, but Bob has sent back this from Sonny Perdue. Take a listen at his speech at Commodity Classic.
I'm going to say it for the press. It's written several different things. Hear me clearly, all of you. I want to say I have not, and will not support any policies in this country that diminish the demand, undermine RFS, and are harmful to our agricultural producers. I will not.
So pretty clear in those statements, would you say, Mr. Cooper? That should at least calm some of the fears that we've seen pop up in the past day or so. I got a couple more things to play here from Secretary Perdue's comments from the Commodity Classic. It's lunchtime now.
Now on KDRB HD2, this is WHO Des Moines.
Enough of this cold weather. I want to think some warm thoughts. Jeff Angelo, and I'm thinking about spring. I'm thinking about wandering around downtown,
doing events, and I'm thinking about experiencing the city in the ultimate comfort of recumbent trikes. And you go, now, wait a minute. You're talking about riding around the city in comfort? When I consider biking, I'm always thinking, oh, it's a lot of hard work. No. Boo and I have switched to a trike from Dave Hendricks and his team at Connecticut Yankee Peddler in Sheraton. There's another great cycling season ahead. Don't hesitate. This is the year to get on a trike and be free. Pedal that thing everywhere you want to go. You'll be shocked at the mileage that you will be able to get. The staff at Connecticut Yankee Peddler are truly the trike experts. They have over 24 models in stock, and they're not going to be happy until you find the bike or the trike that's the perfect fit. That's why they have customers from over 8 states. Get a trike from Connecticut Yankee Peddler in Sheraton. They're at CYPBikes.com. Tell them Jeff Angelo sent you.
Today's top stories from Des Moines News, Traffic,
and severe weather station. News Radio 1040 WHO.
It's 12 o'clock, high noon in the Midwest. I'm Wendy Wild, WHO Radio News. What a difference a day makes. Cloudy temperatures in the mid-40s. We're seeing approaching the 50 mark in central Iowa. Your WHO weather forecast is coming up. Our top story this hour, a plea hearing now is scheduled for Joseph Finn in the starvation death of his adopted daughter, Natalie Finn. Finn's ex-wife, Nicole, was recently found guilty of first-degree murder in the girl's death, but Joseph Finn was not living with the girl, her siblings, and his ex-wife at the time. He is charged with kidnapping for helping his ex-wife board over a bedroom window to keep the children in their West Des Moines home so they couldn't go out and ask neighbors for food. The plea hearing for Joseph Finn is set for March 21st. This winter has been especially brutal on roadways.
We're getting that freeze-thaw action working where the ice and snow is melting and then freezing overnight. So it's working like a tiny little ice pick, just pushing apart the pavements.
That's Jonathan Gano, Des Moines Public Works Director. He tells WHO Radio News it's a lot worse this year than usual.
Last year, this time, we had much milder weather, and we only had about 400 to 500 potholes show up in the whole month, whereas we had
I already explained this
or be reported yesterday.
One day alone, Gano says if you need to report a pothole, you can either call or you can download the My DSM mobile app. Iowa State revenues would take $1 billion hit if a Senate
Just
Republican
I'll be
tax
right
bill
down there.
is approved.
That's the word from the Legislative Services
8-7.
Agency as it released a report analyzing the impact of the bill on Tuesday. The report found the state's revenue would be reduced by more than $1.1 billion in the 2023 fiscal year. If lawmakers were to pass the measure this session, revenue would be reduced by nearly $208 million in the fiscal year that begins July 1st. I'm Tom Noller.
Our top national story, the nation's top leaders today are honoring the late Billy Graham. President Donald Trump this morning.
In London, Tokyo, Seoul, Bogota, Moscow, New Delhi, and scores of other
New
places.
Delhi.
Reverend
I gotta
Graham
shut
shared
this
the
off
power
now.
of God's word. So